What's going on, family? I wanted to take a second, okay, to talk to all my millennials. Anybody in their 20s, whether you early in your 20s, 18, 17, 23, 24, 29, 30, 31, 32. Listen, y'all get the point. I just want to talk to the young people, all right? And express this to you. The best, I mean the best field and skill to get into is sales, man. That's one of the best when you don't have a certain level of education, even with a certain education. But I'm specifically talking to the ones who maybe you didn't go to college, maybe you feel like you want to make more money but you don't have that degree, you don't have the experience. Listen, sales is it. All right. Now the reason sales is where you want to be at is because if you're a young person like myself, okay, I was 20, just turned 22 when I found out that I was having a child. Actually, I was 21 when I found out that I was having my first child. And what was going through my head was, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I got a child, all I knew was that I was going to be successful, okay? But I instantly knew, all right, a regular job that's going to pay me a set amount, whether that be $17 or $18 an hour, it's just not going to be enough. I knew that. I knew it might be enough for a year, it might be enough for 2 years, but what about after that? For me personally, not even for 2 years. Like, hell no, that's not enough. So where is my potential to grow? Not at someone else's pace, but at my own pace. That was the reason I got into sales. I said, I need money and I need to make it now. And when I was looking at jobs, I was like, man, all the good paying jobs, I need a degree. They're all saying, oh, you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. So I said, you know what, bro, let's get into sales. Started selling. In the beginning, it's tough. There's a learning curve. But as you really get into it, then you start to see those bigger checks. And then those big, what you conceive as big checks, they start to become regular. All right? And that's all without having 4 years of undergrad under my belt. That's all without having a certain amount of time I put into a company. That's right off the bat. As soon as you're willing to put in the work and use the tools that you're given to be successful, you give yourself your promotion. You promote yourself, you make as much money as you want. And that's what attracted me to it. Now, you can listen to this and say, listen, Sabir, I hear what you're saying. I want to make more money. I really do. But maybe in your heart, you're just afraid. Okay? I used to be a shy kid. Okay? I was the guy who, it was hard for me to talk to people. It was hard for me to, look, I played football. I played all types of sports. I could compete. And when I'm competing, I'm in the zone. I don't care. I don't care about anybody else around me. In fact, when I was competing in my element, I was so comfortable. Yes, I welcomed people being around me, but I had so much anxiety as a high school student that if I was just to go and observe a football game, I would be uncomfortable about walking through the stands, or at a basketball game, or even at a track meet. If I had to walk through the stands and I wasn't competing, I was uncomfortable. So I'm just saying all that to say, I can go from being that way at 18, even 19, to now being so comfortable with just being a salesperson, And like I said, I recommend this to anybody who is young. Maybe you're at a job like, you're working at a factory position, or maybe you're just doing a hard labor position. Look, where you're just making money hourly. Maybe it's pretty good money. And if you plan on moving up there, then great. Power to you. Do that if you want to move up. But if not, if you just feel like you don't want to move up there and you're stuck at the income that you're at, then sales is it, man. It's really it. And here's a couple ways you can kind of tell if sales might be good for you, and you may be someone who has a possibility of succeeding in it. All you need is a possibility, right? The beautiful thing about sales is all you need is a positive attitude. If you're positive, if you know your product, and you're willing to grow and to fucking just be a dog, like, you're gonna make money. It doesn't matter what the product is. Now, I believe sales is one of the most important skills on the planet. Like, just think of how important it is for you to sell. And right now, for a moment, I don't want you to think about just selling products, okay? I'm talking about the ability to sell yourself. Because let's look at it really. When you sell a product, 9 times out of 10, a person does not buy a product from a sales guy because he necessarily needs that product. 9 times out of 10, the person can buy that product from somewhere else. So they're going to buy a product from a salesperson because they like that person. Yes, a lot of times there's definitely a need. People are going to want certain things. But at the end of the day, you're going to get a sale because of who you are. Along with you have to bring up the needs that customer needs. But my point is, if you learn how to sell yourself, that does not just apply in your profession. That is life. In life, we walk around and we try to sell ourselves to other people. Now, what do you mean by that? Look, Sabi, I ain't no fucking prostitute. I don't know what you... Look, I'm not talking about that. We're not even on that. Okay, there are a lot of prostitutes out there, people selling videos that we don't even talk about, okay? I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about, man, being able to connect with others, man. The way I believe that I know that I'll become wealthy is by me taking full advantage of being able to sell myself to you, sell myself to other people, not in an ingenuine way, in a genuine way, in a way that people are like, wow, I just really love this guy's energy. I like his personality. Like, that's how I will build wealth, and that's how you can too. So when you learn to sell, you're not learning to become a con artist or this or that. Like, I used to look at salespeople and be like, man, I could never be a car salesman. You see it on TV. All you see is people you think these guys are just conning people and just telling them whatever they want to hear. No, that's not the truth. Now, I will tell you what I do. I don't tell people whatever they want to hear, okay? Because where I work, that wouldn't work. And just the person I am, that wouldn't work for me, because I go home knowing, wow, I lied to that person to get a sale. No. I'm not going to tell somebody what they want to hear, but I'm going to learn how to use my words to express something, whatever it is I'm trying to talk about. So let me give you a fucking example. So let's say I'm trying to show you why you need a product, okay? I'm not going to say, you're not going to ask me, hey, Saber, does this thing cover this and this and this? And I'm just like, yeah, it does. Oh, yeah, all of that taken care of. No. Instead, I might take the approach of, listen, first off, let me ask you a couple questions. Why is it that you're interested in this product, all right? Or maybe they might not be interested in it. Maybe they're like, nope, I don't want it. Well, okay, let me ask you this. Why is it that you need this car, okay? well, I need this car for this, and this, and this. Well, how would you feel if this car broke down? Well, I really don't, that would feel terrible. I really wouldn't have a backup option. Okay, boom. So then you start to really dig in and you show them this is why you need this, right? And like I said, man, if you can learn how to apply that to all areas of your life, I believe that we can all accumulate wealth, okay? If I can express to a person why it is that you need to listen to this YouTube channel, then I can get a lot more followers, right? So, me being only 23, this is the perfect time for me to get into it. This is the perfect time for you to get into it. And the way you can determine if you might be fit for it is, I look at it like this. I think the reason I like sales is because I'm a competitive person. I was always an athlete growing up. And when I stopped playing sports, it felt weird to me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm no longer competing. Well, sales is competition. You don't always have to compete with the guy next to you. Most of the time, it's just competing with yourself. And if you constantly get better than you were the other day, then guess what? You're growing in sales. And naturally, we're going to grow. So if we're naturally going to get better, why would we stay at a job that's not going to give us return on the investment that we're putting in, which is time? Why would we not make more money because we're getting better at the job? I mean, look, y'all, I worked at H&M for 2 years. I loved that company, okay? But when I realized that my managers wouldn't take me seriously because they felt, oh, Sabir may be a little bit, you know what? Yeah, he's a hard worker. He's good. He's nice. But you know what? I don't think he just has that. He doesn't have that it factor. When I worked at McDonald's for 2 years and they didn't want to move me up until I said, you know what? I'm quitting this job. That was my first job when I was 16. Like, okay, that was it. They didn't see the value in me. Or when there's a business that doesn't see the value in me, so fuck that, okay? Fuck that. Why would we put that in other people's hands to determine whether we're ready to make more money or not? I want to be the determining factor. I want to make more money, and I need to make it now. For whatever reason that may be. Maybe you have a child on the way. Maybe you have to take care of your mom. Maybe you have to take care of your family. Well, guess what? Get into sales. You can do all that. And there's different types of sales. You can sell cars, like I do. You can sell insurance, like I will be doing very soon. You can sell individual products. You can sell homes. But man, it's a fun thing to do. Other ways that you might recognize that you might be good for sales. Maybe you just have an outgoing personality. All right, maybe you like to talk to people. If you like to talk to people, if you have an outgoing personality, sales is for you. If you're competitive, sales is for you. If you strive and you want to make more money, sales is for you. Maybe you don't sell full time. Maybe you sell part time to go along with your career growing. In anything, in every business, sales is a vital factor. Whether that be in the health industry, because people need to sell insurance, people need to sell medical equipment, people need to sell medicine, people need to sell houses, people need to sell food. There's so many things, so many avenues you can work in. Or maybe you're like myself, I love fitness. So when I do find the opportunity to work in sales, or really when I do it, I'll probably be creating my own opportunity to sell fitness. Like, I'm gonna hop on it. Like, sales is in everything. And if you genuinely have a passion for something, it really makes it easier for you to sell that product. But anyway, that's my take on it, man. Like I said, especially at a time like this, if you get furloughed, you're like, man, look, I work at this factory, they closed, all I'm getting is unemployment. Dude, this is the time to go ahead and do it. I'm telling you, especially if you're young, Because look, you can grow if you're in the right place where they're constantly pushing for growth, you're constantly pushing for growth. Let's say the first year you only make $50,000, right? And you say, okay, I got a 2-year plan to get to 70, okay? And then I got another year plan after that to get to 90 or 100. Like, in sales, you can do that, okay? When you look at a lot of jobs, making a certain income almost seems impossible. It's like certain jobs you got to put in either one, a lot of years or in experience, or a lot of years in school. Now neither is bad, but that's why I got into sales, because it's realistic that we can be making 6 figures real fast, really quick. Now it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to put in a lot of work, but it's not all those years what we were just talking about. And sales, like I said, man, if you have sales experience, if you're a salesperson, like if you get to a point where you sell sneakers really well, that skill instantly translates to you going and selling houses, or you going and selling food for a company, or whatever. You sell furniture. Like, there's so much money to be made, and that's why I love it, man. That's why I love it. Like I said, along with the fact that I make money just talking to people. Like, I love that, because I love talking to people. You know what I'm saying? And that's just fun to me. It's like, once you really get it, it's like, man, this is, you look at it, you just, man, I'm making money just talking. Just providing value. Especially if you're 18, yo. If you 18 watching this, if you 17 getting ready to turn 18, man, I wish I would have started selling cars at 18. Because that would mean by now I would have 5 years of experience. Right now I only got 2. First year went okay. Second year, like, it was first year went okay. It was just learning. Second year, it was better. This is my 3rd year. This year's about to be amazing. Not just the experience. I'm talking about monetarily. The money I'm getting ready to make this year is about to be amazing. And I'm saying that right now because I determined that. And when I go to work every day, the only thing that drives my success, the only thing stopping me from making that couple $100,000 a year that I want to is me. Because I can make that. You can make that in sales. So I believe sales is the best thing to get into, man. And if you like what I'm saying here, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. This is my new channel. All right? I'm out.